to me. Hello. I am back with the spooky lighting. I don't like that I have an auto caption thing that just popped up on my screen. I've been meaning to turn off. So I really hope I'm not like echoing or something. I don't have myself up somewhere else, do I? I don't think so. Well, guess I'll test it on the phone quick. Maybe I could spike through that again. Over here. Once again, I did not do an audio test. I've been doing good about it until I'm not. So there it is. This sounds normal, right? Oh, the game might actually be a little slow. Yeah, I can barely hear myself. Down you go. Okay, that's probably better. Yeah, we're fine. It's all good. Anyways. Yeah, that weird creepy Viznov that I played a couple weeks ago. This is the next one. Yay! Unlike Testimony, where I watched a playthrough, I know nothing about this one going in, basically. There's a new fox lady, and that's about it. So... I think we're good to get rolling. I just realized this is gonna be fun with my voice still a little janky, but it's fine, it's fine. I'm still not entirely convinced you didn't only let me join your archaeology studies group because I have those nice plastic binders professors like. Nikita, we chose to have you in our group because we thought you'd be a valuable asset to the team. You're a very talented essay writer. I thought you just took pity on her because no one else would go with her. No. We voted, remember? We both chose her. So I'm very distracted by the space tale. I really like the space tale. I mean, I vetoed. You abstained, Trixie. That's not the same as a veto. Nikita got 100% of the cast votes. I don't need your sympathy. I work better alone. There's less dead weight. Oh wait, does Trixie have a trans button on her bag now? Yay! Well, you're with us now, Nikita, so let's try to work together. Uh-huh, sure. You two can do whatever it is you do when you work, and I'll put my earplugs in and do the important stuff. Aw, come on, Nikita. You might enjoy our company if you just try. I've had quite enough of Trixie's company already during the summer. And as for you, you're competition. Are you really still upset about me competing with you for student presidency? Oh, wait! We didn't see her, but Tabby was the Psyker Crystal girl, wasn't she? Oh, I just remembered that. Oh. Upset? Me? Never. Anyway, we should get to work. We need to write up our observations about this borrow as soon as possible or we'll miss the last bus home. This is so She does! Look at it! Yay! This is so pointless. Can't we just look this place up in the borrow book or on the internet like normal people? It's called the Borrow Census, Trixie, and if you'd been paying attention, you'd know full well half of Blue Ridge Downs borrows are basically recorded only so far as they exist. It is our duty as archaeology students to... It is our duty as archaeology students studying, among other things, archaeology, to help document this place to get some vital experience in runic translating, observation, and record-keeping skills. Uh-huh. Wasn't there a history button? Assistive self-voicing. Huh. I wonder what that is. Ah, well, whatever. Oh, that's not even, like, the history. It just backs it up. Weird. Whatever. Yep, and we should probably get on with that instead of arguing, right, girls? Quite. Do you two think it's weird that the Borrow Census lists this place as sealed? It looks pretty open to me. Yeah, furry lesbians! A misprint, most likely. Or a grave robber. Or a ghost? No. A misprint. Wow, you're no fun. I did account for this when I filled in my health and safety analysis, so legally we are allowed to go inside. In the pursuit of knowledge, safety is never guaranteed. We were meant to fill those forms out? Trixie Glimmersmith, if we lose marks because you neglected to fill out your paperwork, I will fucking end you! Be nice, Nikita. It'll be fine. The carvings next to the door look like a good place to start our report. They might tell us who was buried here. Wow, swearing lesbians. Mostly the deer. I don't think the mouse swears too much. The deer likes to, though. What I'm stuck with here? Oh, no. Yeah, good thinking, Tabby. The writing looks like South Anglian... Angelian. I probably read it. Whatever. Runic, right? Trixie, please. That is definitely South Angelian Runic. Tabitha, you did the required reading. Bessie Flopsmore, South Angelian Runic for Clever Girls 1971 edition by Bessie Flopsmore, correct? Bitch. Haha, oh, well, not yet. I've been really busy this week with my sheep rescue charity work. Sorry, Nikita. I have it with me, though, don't worry. You didn't read it before coming here? You two are useless. Hey, calm down, Nikita. Jeez, look how short it is. It won't take long. I'll start reading it now. Then I can work out what these runes say. Tabby can investigate various objects. Okay. Is that a new mechanic? Oh. Well then. Let's get the basics down, I guess. Part 1, an introduction and basic translation guide. That seemed to cover most of the basic stuff. Identifying simple runes, the alphabet symptoms? Alphabet system, word guides. I should be able to translate those runes now. This looks like it might be a warning of some kind. Take heed, those who enter this place. Do not enter this place to begin with. That's entertainingly worded. For inside lurks an evil unmatched. The gloom of this burrow is the domain of rot, of decay, of malevolence. Leave it be, for if left undisturbed, the world remains safe. Caw-caw! Remain outside, for inside this tomb is death. Beware ever-wrought time dust. Beware the immortal warlock. Yikes, sis. That's a nope from me. Shut the fuck up, Trixie. It's a warning. That's pretty spooky. A lot of these old burrows have them, though. They're just to scare off grave robbers and stuff. You two don't need to act so scared. They just wrote those to scare people off. Yeah, I just said... Let's get a move on. We don't have all day. What's this sparkly say? This looks like it could be the name of the burrow, but someone's carved over it. This tablet looks like it names the burrow. Thank you, Trixie. Or Tabby. But someone seems to have vandalized the original text. This place was originally called Fogsbane Burrow. The second set of runes says Rot Prison. It looks like it was carved into the stone much later than the first name. Strange. Very odd. What do you two think of this? That is pretty weird. I really don't like the sound of Rot Prison. That sounds like your bedroom, Trixie. Damn! I'd have thought you might feel at home. Play nice, you two. Click the continue button to finish investigating. Gotta guess this is continue. Continue? Well, I don't have any actions left, so yeah. Huh. Well then. This place is freaking creepy. No, it isn't. It's all made up. We should explore the interior. It would make for some excellent writing. We'd be getting first on this report for sure. I agree. It's probably full of really interesting stuff, as long as we don't catch corpse rot from any of the skeletons. Trixie, promise not to touch any skeletons, okay? I cannot make that promise. Why are you singling me out with that? Anyway, I'm not sure I want to go inside the fucked up rot tomb. It sounds like a good way to get cursed or, I don't know, trapped inside when the ceiling falls in. I spend a lot of time in burrows during the witching season. They can be surprisingly sturdy. That's weird. You're weird, Tabitha. Aw, come on. Be brave, Trixie. I'll be in there with you, and so will Nikita. Okay, if I don't have to hold her hand. I really don't want you to hold my hand, Nikita. Good, I don't want to hold your hand either, Smith. Let's take a look inside. That's a lot of tablets. Wow, it's so musty in here. Ah! It looks like this is the entrance chamber. I mean, obviously. That must be the burial chamber through that doorway. It looks like they used this room to record the life of whoever lived here, although, look at this. I love Tabby's, right? Her space tail is very distracting. It's like an AU Staria. Like if Staria was a fox instead of a kitsune. The original rooms seem to have been scraped away and replaced with new ones. The second row too, although that looks totally different handwriting to the top row. This place seems to have had a strange story, huh? Why would someone write over the original runes? Did they make a mistake originally? I suppose erasers don't really work when you're carving it into stone. Maybe they recycled the burrow. put someone new in it and had to rewrite everything. And the second row? I'm not sure. This is very strange. Hey, check this out. It's like a special thing. This looks like a bird weaving to me, Trixie. It's in surprisingly good condition, too. They must have preserved it in special oils or something. Wow. Shame none of us know how to read it. We spent months learning to read bird weavings last year, Trixie. Professor Petal's class, remember? No. Shut up. I don't think I turned up to any of those. I continue to be impressed with my ability to stop you being thrown out of university, Trixie, though I must admit that even with my generous abilities, it can be a strain. Hey, I'm not making you bail me out. You just know if I wasn't there, you'd have no one to be a bitch to. Be nice, Trixie. I'm sure Nikita values your company as a friend. As for the weaving, I can read it easily enough, even if it is a little worse for wear. The weaving speaks of an arcane ritual that shall seal this rot prison. It was weaved in haste to protect us from the evil ever-wrought time dust. Pray that it shall not be needed again, but if by some tragedy it is, you must follow these instructions before it's too late. Scrit! Speak these sounds and words. Breeze, scream, verp, verp! Be sealed away, ye monster! Be sealed away, ye rat! Commanded you are by those who fought you! Indecipherable. They who first weaved this ritual! Indecipherable. First united us three! Deaf die, he who first forced you into retreat! Brewood! Cracked antler and indecipherable. United in their duty to rid the world of your evil! Indecipherable. Destined. Indecipherable. The elements who you have defiled! Bree, caw, scream, caw! Flap your wings thrice and the ritual is complete. Good work, my friend, caw! Good lord. What? It's a spell. You're right, Trixie. It sounds like a spell. Half of a spell, you mean? Some of it was missing. I mean, sure, but it was pretty interesting. It's pretty spooky, though. It was all about sending something evil away. Rot, I guess. Whatever that means. That must be why this is the rot prison. Yeah, scary. You two are cowards. I'm going to go look around in the burial chamber. Don't kiss any dead skeletons. This isn't your weird smut, Trixie. No one actually kisses skeletons. Have fun. Look at all these runes, though. We're going to have our work cut out reading them. Especially since they seem kind of damaged and messy. A lot of it seems to be a regional dialect, too, which is a pain. But nothing too difficult. Maybe it'll tell us what all that stuff about sealing away evil was about. I can't help but notice there aren't any skeletons back here in the burrow, where skeletons are supposed to be kept. Be kept? That's kind of objectifying, Nikita. Those are dead people you're talking about. Emphasis on the dead! Trixie, skeletons are objects, and these ones are missing! I guess this place did get grave robbed at some point. Scary. I hope they don't come back. To the empty pit in the ground? I doubt it, Tabitha. Maybe the dead skeletons went out for a walk. The vengeful dead. Trixie finished fiddling with something on the ground. As she marched back over to me, she clumsily kicked a small rock, which spun gracefully through the air and struck the large stone door of the burrow. The large, apparently incredibly precariously held open stone door of the burrow. Was that? The door, yes. Okay, that's not good. Did Trixie seriously just seal us in here with her clumsiness? What? Fuck off, Nikita. There's no way that rock did that. It was a coincidence. Maybe the wind blew the rock over. The wind, Trixie, blowing a stone door closed. Maybe? Like if it... friction? No? No, Trixie, I'm pretty sure it was just your fault. Tabitha, allow me. Trixie, that was 100% your fuck up as usual. Be nice. Hey, maybe it's not Trixie's fault. Maybe it was magic? My psyker crystal certainly feels strange, like a bad day. I hope this isn't anything magical. I've had more than enough magical experiences with you recently, Nikita. You've had a magical experience with Nikita? No! No, sorry, I think I misspoke. Oh, okay. Look, Nikita, could we have a quiet word about Summer? Trixie started to march over to the burial chamber where Nikita was still poking about. No. You don't think we should get our story straight? As she stormed towards the apparently skeletonless burial chamber, Trixie clumsily kicked a small rock, which spun gracefully through the air and struck the ceiling of the burrow just in front of the doorway, separating us from Nikita. The apparently incredibly poorly constructed ceiling of the burrow. Stop kicking rocks! Oops. Trixie Glimmersmith! Not great to try and do when my throat's still a little fucked up from that cold. I'm good. We couldn't see her through all the rubble, but the sound of Nikita's foot stamping on the hard ground echoed through the burrow. Stomp, stomp, stomp. It wasn't hard to guess she was imagining Trixie's face under her boots. Oh, great. I'm in for it now. Are you fucking serious, Trixie, you complete cretin? Huh? Why does everything you do fuck me over? First that book, then kicking that rock, now this. Kicking another rock. You better find a way to get me out of here so I can break your fucking legs. Jeez, I'm sorry, Nikita. It's not like I meant to trap you in there. Though I do kind of like that I did. Girls, can you two not fight, please? This incredibly contrived situation is serious. Oh, thanks for piping up, little Miss Sanctimonious. Are you okay in there, Nikita? Can you see anything? No, not really. It's dark. Crap. There's a lot of rubble. Whoever built this place was really depending on the ceiling not getting hit by any small pebbles. Look, don't worry, Nikita. We'll get out of here and get some help. Trixie, come help me get this door open. Tabby, my upper body strength is pretty poor. I'm not sure I'll be of much use. Just try. Trixie was right. She wasn't much help. The large rock door would not budge more than an inch. Ugh. It's too heavy. We nearly got it moving. We might just need a little more strength. If only Nikita hadn't accidentally got trapped behind the debris. Excuse me? So we're trapped here until you dig me out? Well, fortunately for all of us, I wrote that this was a possibility when I filled out the off-site health and safety form, so we shan't be losing any marks. Nice one. Thinking ahead as usual, Nikita. That really helps us out, Nikita. Thanks. No problem. We're going to have to dig Nikita out. Then we can use teamwork to get that door open. Dig? Like, lift rocks with my hands? Tabby, I struggle to pick up my backpack. How am I supposed to pick up rocks? You saw how weak I was when I pushed the door. I mean, I'll help too, Trixie. We can take turns. It probably won't take too long. We can be out of here in maybe a day or two? What? Day or two? 2 days? Tabitha, I'm not running away in this pit for almost a... I'm sorry, just that apparently 2 days is almost a week in Nikita time. This is really funny to me. Tabitha, I am not running away in this pit for almost a week because of Trixie. You two better get digging. I am so glad I brought a copy of the dictionary with me. Nikita, 2 days is not almost a week. Don't try to guilt Trixie. Sealing you in a tomb was an accident. A happy one. Look, you can dig from your side, Nikita. It won't take too long to get you out of there. Me? I didn't make this mess. I'm not digging Trixie out of her own holes anymore, in this case, literally. Nikita, come on. You're seriously going to extend the amount of time you have to sit in the dark by yourself just to spite Trixie? Yes. This is her mess. She has to clean it up like a good girl. I cleaned up your mess during the summer, Nikita. No. Besides, one of the rocks hit me when it fell. My hand hurts. Oh my god. Slightly. Fine, Nikita. I kind of wish I'd read that note paper I found before we got trapped in here. Just in case it's a warning telling us to leave immediately, you know? Not that that big warning literally carved in stone outside stopped us. Note paper? Oh, I forgot to mention it, huh? Hey, look, I was going to, but we were... I'm gonna assume that meant kind. Hey, look, I was going to, but we were kind of preoccupied with the whole catastrophic cave-in situation. I didn't think a random piece of paper was that important. Look, you can read it now, Tabby, if you want. I'll have a peek. Blood rot? How? That was the question that led me to this place. How? I was so young. What cruel force had deemed this fate necessary? What evil had put this decay into my veins? Blood rot, a disease so rare it took the doctors almost a year to diagnose. A disease that isn't found outside of the few unsubmerged serpent ruins remaining atop the rocky islands. Blood rot? How? It wasn't long before I snapped out of my pointless depression. How I had gotten this disease was irrelevant. How I would escape it was the only question worth my time now. I had so much to give to this world. My academic work couldn't be left incomplete. There are few enough studying the old legends and the occult without me disappearing from the field. Though there were moments where I wondered if perhaps it was these very studies that had led me to my damnation. Moments that were, thankfully, few and often quickly forgotten. And my life, so cruelly cut short, I had not yet glimpsed the azure seas of Hawaii, the sunken temples of America. So does this take place, like, in a future timeline or something where America finally just got fucked? Because we know this is in the UK. The crater of ash, fumes, and lava at the heart of Siberia. There had to be some way to avoid this fate. I recalled a tale, an ancient legend, an immortal warlock in the mists. I needed to understand. Could such a figure be real? Desperately I searched for information, but there was none. No traditional history book spoke of him as more than a childish legend. But there was one person who could help, a servant of the moon, so the stories said. Only they could get me the information I needed in one of their many forbidden tomes. It took some time to meet this figure. I remained skeptical of their claims of lunar servitude, but they were helpful nonetheless. The book they delivered to me was a horrific thing. I refused to read most of it, burning the pages until only those that seemed relevant to me were left. Everett Time Dust was real. I was sure of this fact by the time my reading was complete. He was alive, yet sealed forever in the barrow he had made his home. The barrow's location, however, was unclear. The day I finished my reading, I coughed up black blood. My blood is black, you know. There's a Soul Eater reference for me and me alone, I'm sure. Ruining the few pages I still held on to. My time was running out. This paper looks pretty new. It can't have been left here more than a month or two. Scary. Goodness, I don't like where this is going. Yikes. It's kind of sad, though. It must be really scary finding out you're sick. Seriously, I can't imagine what I'd do in that situation. They spoke about releasing an immortal warlock from this place. The one the warning spoke about. You don't think they succeeded, do you? I hope not. Goodness. Maybe that spell could just be what we need right now. If only it wasn't so badly damaged. You two are such babies! They probably just heard the same silly story the warning was about. It's all nonsense. I wish I could be as certain about that as you are, Nikita. This looks like the only page. Unless... Is there any more of this in there with you, Nikita? It sounds important. There might be. There might be? There are 2 more pages in here. I'm not giving you them, though, not until you get me out of here. Well, no shit. What? Look, no offense, you two, but you'll be more motivated to get me out of here if there's a treat in it for you. Think of it like teaching a pet to behave. Damn, bitch. You're such a jerk, Nikita. Yeah, besides, we're taking you out anyway. We need you to help us get that door open, remember? Fine, I'll let you have the next page if you two behave and get rid of most of this rubble. This is so demeaning. You like it, really? You like it, really, Smith. I know your type. Oh, damn, look at that blush. I don't like this. I just feel like this whole situation is unnatural. You heard what the diary page said, right? I can't shake the feeling that there must be something more going on here. And these runes, the spell. If this place really is cursed or whatever they might be, the only way we are getting out of here alive. She might have a point. It isn't that unbelievable, Nikita. You remember, you know. No. No. No, you don't. I'm not sitting here dying from lack of oxygen while you two read silly wall stories and silly bird spells. Get digging! But, Nikita, don't you think maybe this is kind of a situation where silly wall stories are reality? I heard a bang. Oh, it worked too! The actual animation worked! Yay! Thank you for the Prime sub, puppers! You can actually see the little thing Vix made for me this time! Yay! No! Dig me out! Fine! I'll dig you out, jeez! Me and Trixie can take it in turns. I'll go first, that way I can just get it over with. And because I can just move all the small rocks around the edge. Sure thing. I'll take a look around the room. Now, is there like an action limit like before? That is a lot of reading. That's the thing we just read. More translation. God, can we click on... Oh my god, we can click on all of this. This looks like some kind of bizarre evil boast. See, can we read it without reading more of the translation guide? Everwrought Time Dust. A name soon to be wrought in time with blood. I have, through my own determination, intelligence, and will, become akin to a god. I write this in the knowledge that my transformation is nearing its end. My long journey through the arcane is finally close to bearing fruit. For indeed, I have become the greatest terror ever known to this land. And when my powers are finally at their zenith, the world. This guy sounds nice. What a weirdo. Looks like some kind of fucked up villain origin story. Fear, the darkest of the elements. It is that which consumed me when the healer found the decay growing in my heart and seeping through my veins. The dreaded crimson blight was upon me. Shunned and exiled, I was forced into the wilds where I could not spread the sickness. Valier Fogsbane was not a clan leader known for his kindness. It was this moment that set me on this path. In my exile, I traveled south, finding myself in the woods. Whether by chance or by some calling, I stumbled upon the most miraculous thing, a rotting tree whose bark was a doorway to a jungle far away. I found myself atop what I now know to be the Great Plateau, deep in the jungles of Oceania. It was here I found the dread tablets of the defangled prophet amongst the ruins of that great snake city. Gilgathis. What? Tragically, however, when I passed back through the portal, something I know not what struck out in me from the jungle, and a great claw mark was carved into the rock. Still, enough of the tablet remained legible that I could start my experiments, my journey into ancient blood magic. It was these journeys that made me the immortal being I am today, though as I soon found, there were limits to this. What use is immortality without? Snake tablets had served me well. My original purpose was met, but there was more. God, there's no way this all fit on that tablet. I could become a god. I made this place my domain, for I had found, by pure chance, the barrow belonging to Fogsbane's father. It seemed all too right to make it the birthplace of my vengeance. At first, I resided in the only existing chambers of this barrow, but I would later pass beyond the walls of this place, to somewhere hidden. I mused one night on my predicament, how to obtain the power I sought so viciously, how to take my revenge on those worthless lands. I traced my finger along the ridge of the crow skull I had been using as part of the immortality ritual, and my mind stewed in thoughts of the power that lay, written in twig and grass, only a day's travel away. It was clear to me now that birds would be more use to me than mere props. I think fear is one of the elements missing from that bird spell. But geez, snake tablets? Immortality? This stuff is strange. Hi, Fred Stranger. Might as well finish this right, because my luck, we won't be able to read it later, and there'll be a bunch of crap that we can't actually read. You can need a break for now. But we can read the note again. Can we read this? So does that mean she just wants to dig? Oh, the continue button. I don't like this place. Rot prison. Ugh. Horrible. Yeah, this place is freaky. I mean, the runes and stuff, none of it seems positive. It's creepy. Can we focus on just, digging me out of here so I can help you two pathetic weaklings open the door? Look, we can't both dig. Too many cooks and all that, We'll have you out soon. I promise, Nikita. There's nothing to worry about. I hope. How long does it take to die from starvation? I start to feel hungry about 10 minutes after I last scoffed a high-sugar snack. So I'm guessing, like, a day. Are you serious, Trixie? You're not going to starve from not eating a snack for a whole day, you fucking fool! Nikita, be nice. You'll be fine, Trixie. It takes weeks to starve. I think. We'll all be home in bed eating snacks by then. In my bed? What? Our own beds, I would imagine. Unless we have a sleepover. Oh. I made some sandwiches. I suppose we could share those. They won't last long, though. What about you two? Do you have enough rations? I probably have enough toffee, millet bars, biscuits, and tea to last just over a week if I'm conservative. Which, of course, I endeavor to always be. I packed enough junk food for, like, 2 days. That's great, you two. I told you things aren't so bleak. Yeah, so I ate my snacks already on the bus here. Fucking seriously, you're not having any of mine! Oh, Trixie. We can split mine. No, Tabby, let her perish. She brought this on herself. Then again, I don't want us to automatically pass just because Trixie starves. I don't accept participation trophies. Fine, you can have some of mine, but I get dibs on all the nice stuff. Nikita manages to pass some biscuits through a gap in the debris. It was pretty impressive considering how thick the rubble was. Naturally, Trixie immediately scoffed them down. Did she just... Tabitha, did she just eat all of her rations? Yep. Looks like it. What? A girl's got a crunch. That was supposed to last you until we escape, Trixie, you bumbling idiot. Oh, sorry. Can I have some more? No! Not until you start actually wasting away. You proved you can't be trusted with the snacks. Well, can I have some of your tea at least? Those biscuits were kind of dry. Ugh. You know what? Fine, Trixie. If it stops you whining, have some tea. After a moment of silence, some lukewarm tea trickled out from under the rubble like a little stream. Oh, Nikita, it's all over the floor. Oh, believe me, it was intentional. You can lap it up if you want. Jeez, Nikita, are you getting off on this? Nikita, Trixie, please stop being mean to each other. I can't handle this level of hostility right now. If we're going to be trapped together for a few days, let's try to get on. Hey, I mean, Nikita is trapped separately. I'm actually pretty tempted to drink that tea. Don't drink that, sweetie. It's tomb juice now. Oh, okay. Look, it's been a long day. We're all kinda tired and 2/3 of us are grumpy. Maybe we should take a nap for the night and then we can get back to digging tomorrow? You're seriously going to sleep instead of helping me? Hey, you're the one refusing to dig. Fuck you, Smith. What's the plan then, Tabby? Bedtime? I mean, I don't know about you, Trixie, but I'm not that sleepy. I guess we can just talk for a while. How does that sound, Nikita? Awful! I think I might die! Hey, so you mentioned having a sleepover earlier, Tabby. I mean, this is kind of like a sleepover. We could... Huh, I haven't been to a girly sleepover before. What do you do on one? I drink the tomb juice. Nasty. Oh, I know, tell scary stories. That's what they do in films. Spooky stories are fun, especially at night. Yeah, I love spooky stories. They're like all I read, except... They're basically all I read. I don't like spooky stories. They're made up. What's the point of a made-up story? It's art, Nikita. You probably wouldn't understand. Which wants their ad money, and this seems like a decent stopping point for now, so I will be right back. Hello. Sorry, the ice cream did not want to be scooped, so it took me a minute. Yes and no? Like, she still kinda seems to be the MC, but the new Fox girl Tabby kind of seems to be more of the focus at the same time. Still kind of early on, so I'm not positive, but it might be, it might lean a little more towards, Tabby for this one. I'm gonna ask Trixie. Do you have a spooky story to tell, Trixie? I know you love them. Oh, I mean, sure I do. I was thinking, though, maybe instead of a spooky story, we could play a game. You cop out, it was your idea. I've been playing Fungeons and Dungeons with my gay friends. It's pretty fun. And I can remember, like, most of the rules. Oh, exciting. I love that game. We can use the dice app on my phone. What do you think, Nikita? Are you up for it? Isn't that the nerd game about swords? No? Yes. It's very fun. I think you'd enjoy it, Nikita. My character's Glimmer Spark the Rat Thief, but I guess I'll be the Fungeon Mistress today. I'll play as my sheepling psyker, Aurora Mooneye. I think I already told you all about them before, Trixie. Sure, they sound super cool. Nikita, what do you want your character's name to be? Nikita. Nikita, you're allowed to use your imagination, you know. In fact, it's encouraged. My character's name is Nikita. N-I-K-E-E-T-A. You know what? That's good enough. She's a deer. She's a scholar. I put all her skill points into, what are the intelligence skills? Intelligence, I suppose. And library use. Definitely not charisma in your case. I put all her skill points into those. She wears my clothes, but middle-aged style. You're really stepping out of your comfort zone here, Nikita. Thank you. Well, let's start. On your journey through the wildlands of Angmamar, you meet a sullen farmer. Hail, farmer! What hast thou so glum? She shakes her head sadly. A great evil haunts this here land, and there is naught that us common folk can do to end it. For a were-sheep prowls these fields, preying on our flock, our children, and our gems. That is sad. New. As to here. Thou. Strange. Ugh, this is ridiculous. How can you pretend to be a magic wizard or whatever? You can't just make up sentences. Is Nikita still a wannabe dictator? Yeah. Oh, yeah. What does that even mean? Aw, Nikita, it's okay to feel awkward at first. You just need to get into it. Why does your character have a Scottish accent anyway? I didn't even know you could do those. It's my backwards yokel voice. I usually use it to make fun of you behind your back. Fuck! Just follow my lead, Nikita. But yeah, basically they're trapped in a not a cave. I mean a burrow, which you would probably know. A tomb. That's the word I was looking for, I think. They're trapped in a tomb right now. Good farmer, fear not, for me and my companion Nikita shall put an end to this foul creature. Yes, I will slay the gremlin. I I forgot what was happening. Were sheep. Yes, that. Oh, thank you, strangers, but beware. The were-sheep is dangerous. Just last week it devoured 2 other adventurers who had set out to exorcise it. I pray that you shall not be found so unfortunate. Fear not, friend. We are no hapless adventurers. Oh, thank you, kind travelers. You had best watch out nonetheless. Blood-frenzied beasts are not to be underestimated, and this beast is more blood-frenzied than most. No, it isn't, Trixie. It isn't real, you silly girl. Can my character just go to the library instead and write that essay we have due next week? Oh, I suppose. Could you say that in character? My character goes to the library to write that essay we have due next week. Could you roll for library use, please? Tabby, roll for library use for me. I rolled a pair of dice on my phone. Nikita got a pretty low result, but her library use skill was so high it didn't really matter. You passed! Okay, so you successfully complete your essay. Well done, Nikita. I mean, Nikita. Thank you, Trixie. You know what, Tabby? Maybe we can play this another time. I don't think this is really working out. Sure, Trixie. I probably shouldn't be wasting my phone's battery anyway. Did you have fun, Nikita? Yes. Yay! So, what's next on the sleepover agenda? Rock fight! No. I don't take part in fights willy-nilly. My ear still hurts after that one I got into last year. Aw, poor Nikita. I always forget about your ear. Heh, you should see the other girl. I had to assert my library dominance somehow. I don't like how smug you looked when you said that. What makes you think I looked smug? You can't even see me! We could tell. You do worry me sometimes, Nikita. Jeez. I never thought I'd say this, but being trapped in a moldy tomb is kind of boring. Were you expecting a cafe, a gift shop, some free Class A drugs? Burrows aren't famous for their wide range of activities, Trixie. If there were some skeletons, we could play xylophone on their rib cages. Put all the teeth together in a bag and use them as maracas. Good thinking, Trix. Oh my. Why are you two obsessed with touching skeletons? It's weird. I don't like it. Skeletons are best ignored. We could start a band. 3 lesbians in a burrow. Roll credits. I mean, I'm technically bi. I kind of like boys. I mean, in theory. I'm not even a lesbian. I'm an academic. I don't think those are mutually exclusive, Nikita. I'm an academic with lesbian characteristics. I'm not sure one lesbian, one bisexual, and one academic with lesbian characteristics in a burrow wouldn't fit on a shirt. I suppose 3 lesbians in a burrow does work better, huh? I don't want a shirt. I never even agreed to forming a band. You don't even play an instrument, Trixie. She plays you like a fiddle. Excuse me? Excuse me? Let's not form a band. Aww. I'd like to be in a band with you, Tabby. Or a club. Or a gang. Anything really. You're like fun to hang out with and stuff. Aw, thanks, Trixie. I like hanging out with you too. It's a shame we didn't start spending time together until recently. I had worried you might be lonely last year. I didn't want to pressure you into socializing is all. I made some friends during the summer. Like Nikita? Absolutely not like Nikita. No, not me. No, some grown-ups. Well, I mean, they have jobs, which basically makes them grown-ups. Not like us, trapped forever in a big girl school. Is it an all-girls school? Huh. Right. We should hang out more, though. You're super cool, and it's fun hanging out with you. Besides the whole trapped in a burrow part. That part sucks. You know what? I'm putting my earbuds in and going to sleep. I'm not listening to Trixie try to flirt anymore. Good night, Nikita. Shout if you need us for anything, okay? Whatever! I worry about that girl. It's like she forces herself to be prickly. You can say a bitch. We all know it. I don't call people that, Trixie, and don't be so hard on her. She isn't so bad, she just struggles with other people. She holds herself to impossibly high standards, and if she doesn't have complete control of everything, she worries she'll never meet them. She doesn't have total control over other people, so she gets nervous and feels the need to prove herself better than them. I wish we could get her to open up and feel more secure. Huh. Or she's just naturally horrible and gets off on having power. Trixie, little shit. Tisk. I know you two had your breakup, or whatever. Try not to hold that against her. Wait, we had a... Excuse me, but what the fuck, Tabitha? Tabitha? Me and Trixie have not had a breakup. There was never anything to break up. Yeah, there was never anything to break up. Nikita, didn't you go to sleep? I may have pretended to go to sleep so I could listen in and see if you two talked about me behind my back. As usual, my paranoia has been vindicated. It's just you two keep being really coy about Summer. I kind of assumed maybe you two had a thing, which would be totally okay. Cute, even. Well, we didn't. Stop asking about it. It's in the past now. Me and Trixie, we are nothing to each other. Certainly, she is nothing to me. Dang, Nikita, that probably would have really hurt if I didn't feel the same way about you. Girls, please. I want to go to sleep. Then go to sleep, Nikita. I shall. No spying this time. Fine. I shall put my earbuds in for real this time. Good night, Nikita. Good night, Tabitha. Trixie. We sat in silence for some time as Nikita settled into sleep. As much as I enjoyed their company, I was glad for some peace. Her and Trixie were exhausting to spend time with. The King in Yellow incident. Or Nikita, you bitch, right? Nikita, are you asleep for real this time? I hope so. I want to make fun of her new student presidency leaflets. If she was awake, she would have yelled at you by now. That was clever, Trixie Tricks. Oh, I mean, that was genuine. Oh. Are they, the usual stuff? She refers to herself as benevolent dictator, but not without wrath. Oh. 3 times. In the About Me section. I mean, that doesn't really surprise me. It's not that surprising I don't get on with her. She doesn't make it easy. You don't really try. Hey, I feel like I'm kinda justified to be rude to her because, she's kind of a jerk to me. And, like, she tried to kill me a few months back, so I feel I'm justified in being a little bitchy with her. She tried to what? I meant metaphorically, with insults. I probably should have phrased that better. I'm just really tired. What can I say? I'm a rat. No, I mean, she was just super mean to me a while back. More so than normal. A real jerk. Aww. Trixie, I've been looking at you a lot recently. Since we started hanging out, I mean. What? Why? Not in a creepy way. It's just... At first, I couldn't quite work out what was enamoring me so, but I just realized. Are those your estradiol patches? Are those your estrogen patches on your ear? Oh. Yeah, they are. Oh, faithful and little tricks, I call them. I was just wondering, because, well, usually people put them on their hips, or their butt, or waist, or whatever. You do know that, right, Trixie? Those are meant to go below your waist? What? I knew that! No, see, it's fine. My doctor says it's fine. He's a trained professional. She already said in the first one, it's just because she didn't want to shave. Whoops. He said I have to. I'm a rat. Oh, I think I pointed this out before anyone got here, but like it still makes me happy. Look at that trans patch right there on her bat bag. I have rat needs. Ears. I have rat ears. They say the ears are the hips of the rat. It's true. Yup. Oh, huh. Well, I didn't know that. You're an interesting rat, Trixie. Oh, real. Wait, what's oh, real? That she said in the first one, she puts them on her ear because she doesn't want to shave a patch to put them on there. I'm like 90% sure that was the reasoning behind it. Yeah. She's like, yeah, it's too much effort to shave my fur off in that spot. So, I'm just gonna put them where there's already no fur to begin with. It's fine. What? You think? Sure. I love learning about my friends. Friends? Sure. We hang out a bunch, right? I suppose we do, huh? Which is cool. I kind of wanted to be friends with you all last year. But I was always scared to ask. I assume you'd not want anything to do with me until you asked me to be your partner in archaeology class. Which was nice, yo mood. Why did you think I didn't want anything to do with you? We messaged each other loads, remember? Actually, that's a good mood. I thought I was bothering you. I don't want to bug you or anything. I actively texted you, bitch! So? Just because you started the conversation doesn't mean I'm not bugging you. Literally me, though. Actually, that's a good question. You're clever, cool, caring, and pretty. You have all these great qualities. You're kind of inspirational. I even picked this shirt because it matched your fur dye. I'm just kind of a boring loser. And I smell kind of funny too, I think. Do you still have some boy stink? I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I'm so bad. It just kind of came out of my mouth before I could stop myself. I deserve that. 100%. So it's time. If you need to take drugs, it's time for drugs. If I can remember where I put mine. Uh-oh. I'm like 90% sure I brought my my pill container over here. Uh-oh. One sec. There it is. It's hiding from me. Love you, puppers. Okay, after that, I think I need to say you don't smell funny. Sister asked, which one is this? I think it's the California Vineyard. Yeah, it's still California Vineyard. Hello? Oh, there it is. You smell normal, Trixie. And I'm sure that's not true. I bet there's lots of interesting stuff about you. You just haven't spoken to me about your life much. Huh, I mean, maybe... Oh, her boobs did grow in! I don't know why I just noticed that, and that was so random. I'm sorry. I just remember that she mentioned a couple of times. So what have you been doing lately? Waiting for my boobs to grow in? Hey, good for Trixie. Her boobs are growing in. It's kind of a long, gray story, though. Well, we're trapped in a burrow for goodness knows how long. So I say there's no time like the present. Oh no. I'm sorry, puppers. I'm also thinking you probably started more recently than Trixie? Question mark? In terms of story progress? Huh. So what made you realize you were a chick? Bruh. Well, I suppose the first defining moment in my life was when I was hospitalized because I'd eaten 10 kilograms of sand. Bitch, what? So, yeah, it turns out I'm actually very horny for monsters. Oh, well, thanks for sharing. Can we pretend I didn't say that? I don't have a single unique experience. Yo, same here though, what the fuck? Why are we so boring? I'm sorry. Yes, let's. Are you okay, Trixie? You're shivering. Oh, I'm fine. It's just gotten kind of cold in here. It has, hasn't it? Brr. That's weird. It was pretty warm in here earlier. So Trixie's an idiot. I want to call her an idiot. Derpy, maybe. Or ditzy. But not quite entirely idiot yet. Hitting the depresso a little too hard. That's weird. It was pretty warm in here earlier. Maybe we should get close. Did you hear that? Yeah? What the fu- Nikita? Is that you? Is everything okay in there? it stopped. Nikita, are you okay? Oh no, she has her earpods in. You can't hear her in the truck. Or whatever that fucking meme was a few years ago. Ugh, it's totally those silly earplugs. She can't hear us. I'm sure she's fine. She was probably just rolling about in her sleep. Poor girl's probably stressed. Let's get some sleep. We have another busy day tomorrow. Yeah. Good night, Tabby. Sleep well, Trix. Hello? Can you hear me? Ah! Nikita, you woke us up. Yelling at this time in the morning. The nerve. How the heck are you somehow more shrill than my alarm clock? So have you two finished making out with each other yet? What? No, we weren't. Nikita, are you alright? Huh? What? Trixie, I'm fine. What are you on about? There were noises in there while you were asleep. Didn't you hear them? I was wearing a military-grade earplugs, Tabitha. Of course I didn't hear anything. But there was something in there with you. It sounded like something walking around. Oh. That. Okay, look, don't tell anyone this, but sometimes at night, oh, jeez, I don't want to know where this is going. I get up and wander about. I once wrote an entire essay about 1300s Damascus art in my sleep. I didn't even study for it. It wasn't actual assigned work. My subconscious just did it for fun, I guess. Oh, I suppose that would explain the noises. You sounded pretty frisky, though. I sometimes dance as well. Oh. Fuck you both. Hey, there's no judgment here, Nikita. What happens in the burrow stays in the burrow. I sometimes speak in my sleep. I tell prophecies. None of them have come true yet, but that doesn't mean they're wrong. I mostly just have nightmares where I'm naked in the shopping center and everyone is looking at me and I'm crying and shoveling sand into my mouth. Trixie. Just say you have nightmares and you're naked at the store. You didn't need the rest of that. No one asked, Trixie. Dreams can be prophetic too, Trixie. Okay, I'm not gonna say I've had them before, but I've kind of had semi-prophetic dreams before, which I'm sure were just like coincidences, but you know, I have had them. Fuck, I hope Trixie's dream isn't. Yeah, I don't want to listen to these two fight anymore. We're just gonna get back on to getting the hell out of here. We should probably get on with, you know, getting out of here. Uh-oh. Shit, I didn't pack my HRT meds with me. I'm meant to take finasteride tablets every morning, and I need to change my patches. You packed food for a couple days, but not your meds. But maybe that's just me, where I'm overly paranoid and I pack at least, like, a day's worth of meds no matter where I go. It's just like, I'm super paranoid. So even if I don't think... I either underpack or overpack, but, like... I tend to, like, bring a whole pill container with me of my meds just in case. I haven't missed an estrogen dosage in months. What happens? Will I die? Turn into a boy? Will my tail fall off? Okay, if what hormonal meds I've been on are any indicator, you're probably fine for a day or two. If it's anything like birth control, you just take the missed dose as soon as possible. I should have paid more attention to the doctor. You won't die from missing a day or two of HRT, Trixie. Don't worry. At most, you'll just feel kind of shitty. How do you know? I don't know so much about HRT. Are you trans too, Tabby? Like, she knows where the patch is supposed to go. She knows the side effects of missing a couple doses. Either she's one of those friends who just gets really deep dives into stuff because she's, like, fascinated how people work. Like, my friends have looked up ADHD for me to see if things would help or not. So, like, is she one of those friends who's just trying to be, like, overly helpful? Or you're always carrying them around? Yes. Especially since I take it at 6 a.m. and 2 in the afternoon. So, like, 2 in the afternoon is a pretty high chance of me going to the store or something. So, yeah. Generally speaking, I tend to be carrying around a dose of meth with me most places. Oh, I mean, I'm used to that. Nailed it! Okay, that timing was funny. That timing is exactly on par with my normal timing for playing games. I'd let you use some of my I'd let you use some of my anti-androgens, but I didn't pack any either. What a dummy I am. You think that's bad? I forgot to bring extra chewing gum with me. Unless you're a type of neurodivergent that needs to stim and oral is one of your big stims, that doesn't even come close, and even if that is the case, that still doesn't even come close. Christ, I need a bite of my ice cream. Hold on. Gum? Nikita, I offered you some gum last year and you got all weird and told me gum was a dirty habit for dirty people and then you snarled at me. Times changed, Tabitha, ever since I read the... As of recent, I have been driven low. I have started chewing gum to help me deal with my... stress. Well, it's good you're looking after your mental health. At least she hasn't been driven to drink. Yet. Though if I don't find anything to chew on soon... Oh, bitch, she might be. Never mind. Well, it doesn't bear thinking about. Anyway, you two better get to work digging me out. Chop chop! Literally, in Trixie's case, if she keeps slacking. Okay, so I was only allowed to read, like, 2 things, and that kinda sucks. Oh, okay, it'll tell me which one she can read. If I don't ever have Tabby dig because I'm too busy having her read the runes and stuff, will we just die? Because Trixie's too much of a little bitch to dig it out herself. Part 2, Punctuation and Modifiers of Meaning. The guide is pretty dry, but there's some interesting stuff in here. Spirals symbolize the strange, the arcane, and the evil. That's pretty much true across all ancient languages. Sheep have spirals on their front right hoof. Is that why some people are so mean to them? Not me, though. I love our woolly friends. These runes are full of odd markings which change the meaning of symbols, but it looks like the guide covers most of them. I should be able to read some of the more complex stuff now. Let's just get this part out of the way. Part 3, Translation in the Field, some tips. Huh, this is pretty useful. It's all about identifying and reading runes when they're damaged. That should help me read some of the more badly damaged runes. Really? I can only read 2 things at a time? Seriously, I wonder if you focus too much on the lure if they'll die because she's just not helping dig. Huh. Interesting mechanic. Although I don't see the point in reading this too much, at least not this playthrough. Or these ones, I'd rather read the tablets. Ew. This is hard work. How are you doing, Nikita? Shit! Ah! I'm so bored. Brought a book with me, but I'm not really in the mood to read. Mood. It's too dark anyway, and my eyesight's pretty crummy. Too much time online, I guess. Maybe I'll give it a read. Is that okay, Trixie? Sure. Hey, we could start a book group. A group of just us two. Trixie, you're gay. That might be fun. Gosh, it's pretty boring here, huh? I'll have to do something extra fun once we're out to make up for it. Goodness knows what, though. What about, Tabby, how would you like to hang out some when? We could, maybe go get, milk. Shake. Milkshake together. Trixie. Was that you trying to ask me out on a date? What? No. No, of course not. I mean, no way. I just meant that as a friend. Going on a friend trip with my friend to the milkshake place. I mean, it's okay if it was. Okay then. Milkshake date? With me? Trixie? Would you like to? I mean, if you want to, like, don't feel pressured or anything. Trixie, it's fine. What's the harm in it? Are you okay, Trixie? You sound like you're hyperventilating. I'm fine, sorry. I've never gone on a date before. I don't even know if I enjoy them. Arrow Trixie? Only one way to find out. I wish the cave-in had killed me. Twitch wants their ad money, and I want to finish this before it's completely soup, so I will be right back again. Getting comfy. Anyways. Well, I'm glad you two are having fun in there. Don't worry about me sitting here by myself. As usual. You okay, Nikita? It's okay to want to spend time with your friends. I don't have any friends. You know that full well, Miss Knight. You've got us, right, Trix? I really don't. You could come with us and get a milkshake if you like. Once we get out of here, I mean. If Trixie doesn't mind, that is. Nikita! On our date? I mean, I suppose if you want her to, it would be a disaster, though. You know what we're like. Aw, Trixie. I'm sure it would be fun. No! No way! I'm going to sleep. Have a nice nap, Nikita. Just realized I'm not lit up at all. I'm trying to lean into it a little bit. Maybe when you wake up, you'll feel up for a milkshake. I doubt it. Wait. Did it just get cold in here, or am I actually dying? If you two are the only people around my deathbed, I'm going to be really pissed off. It has gotten cold. Oh no, remember last night? It's fine, Trixie. It's probably just cold outside. Well, I don't like it. You two need to go jam your clothes under the door or something. Do you really... Nikita. I'm not taking my clothes off for you, Nikita. Go cuddle a rock or something. Are you okay in there, Nikita? Nikita? I was supposed to be able to read that. Miss Perovskia? Since when do you call Nikita by her surname? I thought she might like it. She always calls me Tabitha or Miss Knight, right? Oh, she dead. I don't like this, Tabby. No, me neither. Are you okay, Trixie? You're shaking. I'm shivering. I don't like the cold. Also, I'm super frightened. Ooh. Aw, sweetie, would you like a... No. I don't really do hugs. Sorry. No worries. As long as you're okay. I'm kinda not, but I appreciate the offer. You know, I hate to say this, but, like, I hope Nikita's okay. I'm sure she's fine. She's tough. She can look after herself. I don't hear anything. Hey, Nikita? What's happening? Oh, this isn't good. There was someone in here with me! I think it was him. Everett. Please just get me the fuck out of here, you two! I'll go with you on your stupid date, I promise. Just get me out! Wait, I never agreed to... Now! Please, I'm actually scared, and you know how hard it is for me to admit that! We should dig Nikita out. This is serious. It might be too late for that.
I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like that spell might be the only way to buy us enough time to save Nikita. A spell? Fuck spells! Stop wasting time and just dig with your hands! You both know there's something weird going on here. The runes, the warning outside, the notepaper. Oh gosh, excuse me, I'm sorry. This place is evil! We need to use the spell. There might not be time for anything else. You heard what Nikita said. Someone was in there. Tell me you believe me. The spell is real. Everett Time Dust is real. I believe you. I thought I was done with this crap. You really need to tell me what happened during the summer, Trixie. Right now? I mean, it's kind of a long story. Lots of bad pacing, plot holes, and boring scenes that just kind of meander around and don't really go anywhere. And some of the dialogue, it was pretty clunky. Not that this one is any better. I didn't mean right this second. We need to focus on getting out of here. Right, of course. With Nikita, you mean? Obviously with Nikita. This might be my last chance to gather any information that might help me cast that spell. I better make it count. I mean, the best place for that would probably be the wall tablets, right? Well, this one and this one look like they might be useful, since it's a bird spell. Although it's birds derogatory, so maybe not. It's probably this last one, right? Follow him! This may be our only chance to purge this darkness! Delioin shouted at me, the fur around his wound falling from his body as his skin melted into pus. Nasty. I knew it would not be seeing him again, and with a small bow I launched myself into the blinding mists and followed Everett. It was not fear. We had suspected Everett might reside in one of the burrows here, but it might have taken months to search them all. It surprised me to see how mundane the burrow he had chosen was. We might have even overlooked it if we looked it had we searched blind. Cacaw. I snuck quietly along the floor, hidden at first in the mist and then in the gloom of the burrow. I had arrived just in time to see Everett disappear into the wall, not through a door or a tunnel, but through the stone itself. I had seen such trickery before, a hidden portal on the side of a tree in the woods, enchanted with some kind of magic. It led all the way to some faraway jungle. I wanted nothing to do with it, Cacaw, lest the bird-eating lizards of the east got me. I flepped back into the battlefield. Mercifully, it was only a short distance away. Moss Thistle had rallied the survivors of the battle. Some had been sent into the mists to hunt down some of the escaped abominations. Moss Thistle himself was set on joining one such hunting party until I arrived with my tidings. We returned to this place, and it was here I set about weaving my spell, a spell to trap the evil inside that wall forever. With Moss Thistle's help, I used my best spell-weaving skills, and with a flash of light the spell was complete. Everett was defeated, and here he remains, trapped inside the wall, trapped inside whatever he had created on the other side, forever. Assuming no one lifts the spell, that is, Cacaw. Please don't. When the Daffodil Clan hunting parties never returned, Moss Thistle chose to dedicate their life to ridding down the Everett's surviving thralls. Ridding the downs of Everett's surviving thralls. I regret to say I have not seen them since, though I feel they still live. For a while I left this place behind me, but I choose now, at the waning days of my life, to write this message in case someone is fool enough to ignore my warning outside. I am the cultivated corvid. Thank you for reading my tale, Cacaw. Bree, Bree, now leave before it is too late. Uh-oh, I guess that didn't work out after all. I hope that bird spell still works. Same. Creepy. Spells are made-up words. Stop messing about and help me! Well, that wasn't as helpful as I thought it would be. Has the same writing style as the ruins outside. Maybe if the birds wrote the ones outside. Maybe? Oh, wicked trespasser, did you not heed my warning? To enter this place is madness. Please, I beg of you, Bree Bree. Read what I say here, heed my words, listen to the tale, and understand that this burrow contains a darkness that must not be meddled with. This is a tale of friendships forged from enemies, a tale of excitement and horror, a tale of the defeat of the Rotten One, Everrot Time Dust. However, I feel first I must thank the stonesmith of the Daffodil Clan, Rockbane Petalflick, for his help carving these words. I fear this would take far too long if I used my beak alone, cacaw. The events of this tale take place during a time of great strife in Angula. War, mistrust, and deceit ruled all, and a terrible darkness haunted the land. It is to the pact forger Moss Thistleberry Spark of the Cracked Antler Clan that we owe these writings and indeed our lives. Caw, for without them we would have fought amongst ourselves until the Rotten One consumed us all. While they could claim only to be a simple hunter, they slew their wicked and foolish clan leader, Valier Fogsbane, with a well-placed arrow and led their clan to a battle against the Rotten One. None survived, save Moss Thistle. But from their loss they gained a new treasure, resolved, and a thirst for vengeance. When they marched into Daffodil Hill and demanded audience with Deleon Deafdye, leader of the Daffodil Clan, many thought that they would be slain as an enemy, but instead they returned from his tent with Deleon's loyalty. Some say there was a bribe that brought Deafdye into the pact, but I knew them, and I know that it was the maddened, ringed eyes of Moss Thistle that had shown Deleon the importance of defeating Everrot. Last of all, there was a third member of this pact. It was me, the cultivated corvid, cacaw. I admit that Deleon and Moss Thistle turned up at our humble roost, begging our leader, the Wise Raven, for help. I was shocked. Had two of the clans really put aside their differences? They spoke of the Rotten One, whose misdeeds and evil had spread in whispers even to us. Indeed, we now realized it was he who had stolen our ancient spells some time ago. We were disgusted at the corruption of our magic, which we meant only for good, so it took little to convince us to help. I, the most well-traveled and most well-versed in the arcane, left the flock to avenge our weavings. United together in our righteous fury, we set forth to defend our homes from the evil which resides in this dark tomb. It would have been nice if this bird had been a little less verbose. We don't have time for all of this. Yeah, hurry up, bird. Usually I'm only allowed 2. Am I allowed to read more? I want to be dumb and try to dig. introduction might have, like, his weaknesses and stuff, right? I'm gonna be dumb. There we go. That's at least one less rock in the pile. Wow, well done. Now hurry up and get me out of here! Thanks for being grateful, Nikita. I'm starting to think she doesn't want to be rescued. Jeez. I've put it off long enough. I speak now of the one who dwells in this place, the one we defeated, the one that killed my friend, the dreaded Everwrought Time Dust. It is he who we united to destroy, an evil warlock who seeks only power and unending life. Bre bre. A defiler of the elements and a terrible blight on our land. I speak as though he remains alive, yet claim he is defeated. Well, this shall be explained shortly. Everwrought sought endless life at any cost. He had performed upon himself wicked experiments and frightful corrupted bird spells. And twisted spells they were. His body was to English? Warp and break, mending itself when damaged, never dying, but only becoming more broken. And yet none could best him in battle, for around him was an aura of evil, of sickness, of wrongness. To confront him was to look upon death and feel its claws in your brain. Alongside him walked the deceased, victims of his foul experiments, now bent to his will. His weapon, a pointed staff known as the Rotten Spear, was poison to all who met its cruel point. Oops, I think I accidentally blew one out. That's not good for it. Some say it was the poison of a great serpent, its fangs still venomous long after its death. Others say it was Everwrought's own blood. This I choose to believe. No natural creature, living or dead, could produce such evil liquid. As the battles between the Blue Hills clans waged on, Time Dust struck out. Settlement after settlement was slain, or worse, vanished to become victims of his twisted arcade experiments. Travelers moving along the northern roads told maddened stories of a dead army lurking in the mists, but none would seek out the source of this evil. None dared explore the misty hills, where strange figures are said to have hidden between the stones. None, that is, until Moss Thistle. Though, as I've already explained, this had come at a terrible cost. Moss Thistle sounds pretty brave. I think they might be referencing that spell. Stop messing around with spells and help me! I'm messing around with spells to help you. You're so ungrateful, Nikita. Ah! No, I don't like these seemingly unlimited attempts at reading. We're not having time for this. We're digging. We are reading a lot. Whoops. I wonder if this is this like filling in the redacteds as we go? No, it doesn't seem like it. I mean, I guess that one book that I said seems useless probably has to provide some sort of information, right? Like, it would be weird to have it, and it provided literally nothing. Okay, so we read all 4 of these already. It just seems like these wall tablets would be the most likely to provide helpful information, I would think. And I read the textbook for nothing, I guess. Well, we'll find out when I accidentally killed Nikita for taking too long to read the wrong things. Those unbearable birds know nothing of the true power of the arcane, content as they are to merely sit atop their weavings, using them for prophesizing, a fool's errand. Why prophesize the future when you can... Why prophesize the future when you can forge it? Posing as a humble traveler, I was given an uneasy welcome at Cockabreetree. It seemed my presence unsettled the birds, but birds whisper merchants are nothing if not greedy, and these were no different. A few offerings, pointless trinkets from the Great Plateau, were enough to keep them from turning me away. They whispered small and ultimately meaningless secrets into my ear, and I nodded along, playing at the grateful guest. That night, when they slept, I was able to make off with their weavings. It seemed the respect the clans showed the birds, even when enemies had left them passive and foolish. The weavings were practically out in the open and on display, and only a few watchbirds hopped around the roost. No longer having a soul has its perks. If I was not really there, I was a shadow hidden amongst the shadows. I should imagine there was quite the uproar in the roost when dawn broke, but I was long gone by then. Those poor birds. Poor birds! Poor Nikita, more like. Get me out of here, for fuck's sake! With those weavings in my grasp, I returned here and set about my evolution. Like those creatures so long ago, that bird legends say became us mammals now, I changed into something new. All the powers of the arcane are mine. With but a thought, I can strike out at my enemies. With every death, I grow stronger. I write this, not for anyone else. This message, hewn into the stone of this forgotten place, is a marker, a reminder to myself of where I began, and why I must fight. For yes, exiled and left to die by my clan, I seek nothing but vengeance. It is my right to become this wicked world's retribution. With each day I grow wiser, I understand more of the great beyond. I will become more than living. Looming? What? Christ. This tomb is the genesis of that rule. When my body is perfection, all shall tremble, and the clan that casts me out shall tremble most of all. Oh gosh, I really hope Nikita doesn't have to meet this monster again. Maybe if you get digging, I won't have to! Oh, I might be out of time. The arrow finally showed up. It is interesting that hypothetically we could have spent all those turns digging and see what happened. I don't want to waste any more time. You could have fooled me! I'm sure I've pieced together enough information to cast that spell. Just give me a moment to compose myself. I don't think you have a moment. It's getting cold again. Hurry! Stay calm, Nikita. I've got this. I hope. Breathe, be sealed away, ye monster. Be sealed away, ye rot. Commanded you are by those who fought you. Oh no, my memory bad. The cultivated Corvid, they who first weaved this ritual. That was a bad guy. Moss Thistleberry Spark, first united us three. Delioin Deftai, he who first forced you into retreat. Three wood, cracked antler, and indecipherable. The Daffodil Clan. Three wood, cracked antler, and the Daffodil Clan, united in their duty to rid the world of your evil. Oh no. Oh no. I feel time is important because they mentioned time a lot. And should have saved before I started this part. Whoops. And they mentioned something about fear should have been one of those elements. Time, dust, and fear. The elements who you have defied. And now for the last part of the spell. Jeez, this is going to be embarrassing. Bree, caw, scuttery, verp, caca. I flapped my arms 3 times. Not quite wings, but I didn't have much to work with on that front. I have to admit, I was glad Nikita wasn't there to see it. There. Did it work? It feels different. It's less cold, that's for sure. And I feel tingly, like a twinkling star would probably feel. I think it worked. Wow, I cast a spell. Neat. Right, cool. Get digging! I think we've done it. There's a gap. I think I can crawl through. Hurry. Don't look. I don't think your pride is that important right now. But fine. Tabitha! Trixie! Nikita, nice to see you. Let's go. Please. I hope we can get the door open, or this will have been a waste of time. And we'll die, Trixie! Don't threaten me with a good time. The door is pretty heavy. We're going to need to work together to get it open. And let's face it, we have 2 wimpy trans girls and Nikita. We aren't exactly power lifters. What do you mean, and Nikita? Are you a wimpy trans girl too, Nikita? Like, what? Or are you implying that you're not going to help push? Which in retrospect, that's probably the case. Just get pushing. Huh, we didn't all die. We didn't. Nice work, girls. Can we get out of here, please? Let's. So, Nikita, do you owe someone a thank you? Thank you, Tabitha. And you, Smith. I'm glad you didn't leave me in there. I actually kind of thought you might, so when it got cold again... Thank you for saving me. What? Why would we leave you? I mean, you both basically hate me. No, we don't. I know we have our arguments, but you're our friend, Nikita. No, I definitely hate her. Can we get out of here? You know that's not true, Trixie. Nikita, ignore her. She's just stressed out and being a jerk. Uh-huh. It's kind of sad we never got to read the rest of those notes. I kind of wanted to know how they ended. I think we can guess, Trixie. I totally forgot about that in all the excitement. Look, I said if you two dug me out without mucking around reading silly stories, you could read it, and you didn't. Those silly stories saved your life, Nikita. You didn't obey orders. If this were the Great War, I'd have shot you for disobedience. Jeez, I wish I could have just left you in there. Be nice, Smith. Sorry, Nikita. Oh, I'm glad you apologized, Trixie. You've been quite rude to Nikita. Hey, I've been under a lot of stress. I was trapped in a haunted burrow. You've been under a lot of stress. Look, the important thing is that we're all okay. We escaped the evil rot prison, no worse for wear. Good job, girls. I definitely feel worse for wear. Same. I feel like crap. I want my hormones and some sugary chemicals. Well, let's get ourselves back to the university, and then we can get organizing our group date. You said you wanted to come, right, Nikita? When you were yelling at us to dig you out, I mean. Oh, fuck, did I say that? I don't want to go on a date with you two. I don't want her to go on a date with us two. I mean, you don't have to, Nikita. What? No, fuck off! You said I could! Okay, well, I suppose you can then. Is that okay, Trixie? I suppose so. She behaves. I always behave. Come on, girls, let's get home. Huh. Whoops. I think I just clicked past credits. My bad. So what time do you two want me to come back here tomorrow? What? What? Come back here? Why would we ever want to do that? I think I've had enough of this place. What? Are you two serious? We never finished writing our coursework notes. We'll just make sure not to get trapped inside this time. Bitch, are you for real? How about no? You almost got ate by a monster. Or did you forget? Well, that one was, shorter and less creepy than the last one. I mean, it was kind of creepy, but it didn't feel as directly creepy as, you know, the floating skulls imploding on themselves in front of you. I'm kind of curious to see what happens if you just dig and, like, don't read any of the mythology. So I might do that, like, super quick, but otherwise, yeah, this one was... I like the middle one better. Yeah, I fucked this up. Don't mind me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start back from the beginning. Oops. No, it really didn't. Like, I guess the idea of Nikita being locked in with the monster was a little creepy, but, like, she's so bitchy. And there never felt like any real threat to it, you know? Like, it was in the room with her twice, and she came out fine. It's kind of weird how there's an actions left in this beginning part. Oh, did she just say I'll read this later? Okay. Well, whatever. Like I said, I just want to test out, I'm just curious what happens if you just dig the entire time. But yeah, that one, like, you could actually see bad things happening, like the corpses and the floating, threatening skulls. But meanwhile, this one, it's like, oh no, it's in the room with the bitchy one!
It didn't hurt her. In fact, it didn't even wake her up the first time. Second time, it kind of spooked her a little bit, but that's about it. Like, there was no threat to this one. Like, the monster didn't do enough to be worrying. No, it really doesn't. Phew, this is hard work. For real, want to take a break? I kind of want to take a nap. Oh, tempting. Excuse me! Oh, right, sorry, Nikita. I think my mind's starting to wander. You two will be the death of me, possibly literally. Now we can see what someone else's spooky story is, too, while we... Because I want to see if something... I want to see if, like... I want to see if you just dig and you don't teach yourself anything. If it's like, oh no, the monster will actually get you because you didn't bother to read anything. And if I do the spell again, I guess I'll just guess wrong on purpose. I don't like this place. Rot prison. Horrible. Yeah, this place is freaky. I mean, the runes and stuff, none of it seems positive. It's creepy. Can we focus on just, you know, digging me out of here so I can help you two pathetic weaklings open the door? I think I can skip this without fucking something up. Yeah, I really don't care what Nikita has to say, so... I'll tell a scary story. Exciting. This is a story about our own Bluebell University. It's a story about why the professors often give each other dark and knowing looks when they think we can't see them. And it is a story that explains why the library is now closed. Forever. Ah! Nikita, are you alright? The library's shut! Forever? When? I could swear it was open yesterday. Nikita, this is a story. It isn't real. Look at her dumb little deer. I can't believe you'd make up such a cruel lie. You must really hate me. So anyway, it all began when my psychic crystal started feeling weird on that sunny summer's morning. Its vibrations had been sporadic and sickly. I want to know what she said, but also, is this the same psychic crystal that has "Made in China" written on it? Yes? Why does it have that written on it? I don't know. It's one of nature's mysteries. So anyway, are you sure it just wasn't made in China? What? No. Nikita, can you shut the fuck up? I want to listen to Tabby's story. Tabby's story is built on a sandy desert of deceit. It doesn't make any sense. I can't even remember my story anymore. God, bitch. I'm bored. You only have yourself to blame for that, Nikita. So, what's next on the sleepover agenda? Yeet! Violence isn't the answer. Oh dear. Violence won't always get you what you want, Nikita. It has so far. Jeez, I never thought I'd say this, but being trapped in a moldy tomb is kind of boring. Okay, right though? I was kind of thinking the same thing. I just wasn't sure how to word it, but yeah. You mean the same one that actually worked? Because I think part of the last one is supposed to be you're not sure what's reliable, but if they're both still talking about it in this game, it obviously happened to some degree. Thank you, Chris. There should only skip things that we already saw, so... Try not to latch onto me too hard, Trixie. I don't want you comparing yourself to me. It's not good for you. I suppose. Lots of trans girls feel that way about their trans big sisters. Don't worry about it too hard. Ah, I should have clicked this one! And I'm sure that's not true. I bet there's lots of interesting stuff about you that you haven't spoken to me in, like... That's why the skip button is back. I think I said we should get on with escaping last time. We did. Okay. That reminds me, did you two sleep okay? I sure didn't. I had the most horrible dreams. Though, weirdly, I don't actually remember any of them. I guess this creepy place is getting to me, or perhaps it's lunar interference. There's been a lot of that lately, especially around Wilted Rose Lake. That place sucks. My friend Belle took me there in the summer. I had bad dreams. Let's not talk about it. Oh no. Sending good vibes your way. I have bad dreams too. Can I get some vibes? Trixie, you are so gay. Some good ones, sure. Another few rocks gone. I need a break. It's pretty wild how weak estrogen has made me in like a year. I used to be able to punch through solid wood. Now I struggle to lift up a small rock. The other day I tried to be healthy for once, so I was trying to peel a banana and like it was too strong and the banana overpowered me and I couldn't get it open. Trixie, honey. And when it did open, it opened too fast and the banana shot out and hit me in the eye and I cried for about 5 hours. It was great. I felt so good. Usually when I struggle to open a banana and I finally open it, it doesn't shoot, like, is that just a cartoon thing? Because usually if I have a hard time opening a banana, it just turns into mush because I've been, like, squeezing it too much trying to open it. Well, maybe that's just me. I never ate the banana. Estrogen is a heck of a drug. Cute. Can you two stop bonding for a moment and get me out of here? Working on it. Phew, that was a little more of the rubble out of the way. Good girl, Tabitha. Here's another page of that really boring autobiography or whatever it is. Exciting. Thank you, Nikita. There's one more page in here for you, but you aren't getting it until you get me out of here. You're being really quite petty, Nikita. As usual. Look, I don't trust you two to not just read those runes all day. This is just some motivation for you two to stop wasting time. Now just dig me out. Robin Manager, oh no. It took me several months to locate the Barrow. The records are in a sorry state. Perhaps my newfound immortality, I could set about properly cataloging them all as a hobby, I remember thinking. Nevertheless, I did find it. The warning carved so long ago clearly identified the Rot Prison. I, with some struggle, having become quite weak, managed to get the stone door open and descend into the darkness. The bird who had sealed away Everett had done well. The far wall was solid, and it was many weeks of research before I was sure I would be able to open it, and many more days of building up the courage to do so. What if this was not what I wanted? No, I needed this. I remembered the fate of all of those who perished. I remembered how the dust lay thick at the end of time. I would live on. Everott would help me. In return for freeing him, sharing his knowledge would be a small reward to ask for. I spent much of that final day preparing the spell, double-checking my workings, practicing my pronunciation. It would not do to get the words wrong. The stories I had heard of those fool enough to cast magic unprepared were enough to ensure that. It wasn't until night had fallen and an impenetrable mist had settled on the downs that I was ready. I shall not write the words here. Even the few notes I recorded on them was enough to turn my previous notebook into a little more than a decayed pulp. With the words uttered, a strange feeling ran through my body. A feeling of guilt nested itself deep in my heart, but I ignored it. The wall was as solid as it had ever been. Had I made a mistake? I was in the right place. Of that I was sure. The runes carved into the entrance chamber all but confirmed it. It occurred to me, could the legend of Everott the Immortal One just be that? A legend? I shuddered at the thought. So much time had already been wasted. No, I would not give up so soon. I settled myself down and went to sleep. Perhaps in the morning I could try again, I thought. That night there was a great chill, a chill so cold it awoke me from my slumber. My eyes snapped open. Someone was in the room with me. He had finally emerged from his prison. I lunged for my light and let out a scream of terror as I gazed upon the face of Everott Time Dust. Faceless, not for lack of features, but for a great cleave across his skull. Rotting, gaunt. Bones protruded from his torn skin, and my gods, the stench. He said something quite what it was I do not know, and quite how the sound was formed from the cavity that was his mouth is beyond me. But I felt such malice in those sounds, such mockery. He knew why I had come, and he would have no part in helping me. I was paralyzed in fear and watched as he stepped through the far wall and vanished, the same far wall that had been solid stone to my touch. I knew I had to get out of here. I scrambled to my feet, my possessions no longer important, eternal life no longer a wish, for I had looked upon the face of immortality. But as I ran to the exit, I slipped, and in the moment I lay dazed on the cold floor, my legs cracked, ribs caved in by the hard stone coffin I had fallen upon. I thought of the last year, the waste. Bones protruded from my leg like a grave marker. I knew this was never to leave this place. I was going to die. That sounds eerily familiar. Hey! Don't spook me like that! Not fair! Sorry, Nikita. I'm sure you're fine in there. They're just made up words, remember? Okay, so that one was actually kind of creepy a little bit. This is hard work. Yep. Sure, I love hanging out with my friends. Yeah, as friends. Hang out. Two friends who are girls getting milkshake together as friends on a friends hangout. Yay! Yep. I wonder why the skip stopped. It'll be okay. I promise. You know, I hate to say this, but like, I hope Nikita's okay. Skip. Like I said, I just want to see what happens if you only dig and do nothing else. Good work, Tabby. You did a good job lifting that rock. Thank you, Trixie. And me. We're close now. Just hang in there, baby. Did you just say hang in there, baby? I'm stressed. Stop funneling your stress into being annoying and use it to dig. Just trying to keep morale up. I'm afraid to say you are achieving quite the opposite. I think we're nearly done, Nikita. We just need to move the last couple of big rocks and you should be able to crawl through. Crawl through? Are you serious? If you two had hurried up, I could just walk through. What's wrong, Nikita? Don't you like crawling around on the dirty floor? Fuck off, Trixie. Be nice, Trixie. You know how prissy Nikita is. Just give us a little time, Nikita. You're almost out. I think we've done it. There's a gap. I think I can't... All that digging should have given you two some exercise. You're both probably really strong now. I don't know. Lifting all those rocks has made my arms hurt. Okay, I suppose it was foolish of me to expect too much from Trixie. The door's pretty heavy. We're going to need to work together to get it open. We aren't out of danger yet, Trixie. Get moving! I'm running until I reach the road, and I'm not going to stop for you, even if you fall over, so keep up! Damn, she out. Grateful as usual, then. Don't worry about that. Let's get going. Oh, before I forget, the last of those notes you two were having fun with, take it. Oh, thank you, Nikita. I'm surprised you actually thought to bring it with you, given the circumstances. Of course I did. I told you it would be your reward for getting me out, and I never lie. Aw, sweetie, you were the real reward. Gag me. Shut the fuck up. I remembered the tales, the experiments Everett had performed on the dead. Was that to be my fate? I wondered. I could only assume I yet lived because Everett took some pleasure in my suffering. But I know it won't be long. I know once I finally bleed out, he will come for me again, and this time I too shall pass through that stone wall into whatever hell he has crafted beyond. How long it will take, I know not. The drips of blood falling from my body chime like a clock, counting down the seconds till I am dust. I fear that one day another fool will enter this place and meet the same fate. I write this as a warning for them. If they trust not the carvings outside, then trust instead in me. It's funny almost. I write this scrawled message on pages torn from the journal I had started when I first chose to seek out immortality. It was to be a journal that would tell the tale of the rest of my life, of the rest of time. Ironic, then, that would form my final statement. On the off chance that someone finds this, my name is Rosie Sleet. You can find me on linkedon.com. Don't ask to connect. I'm sure I don't have to explain to you why I won't be able to accept. But do use it to dox me and make sure my friends and academic acquaintances know what has become of me. Though it may be best to say I moved to some faraway country to live out the rest of my days before the rot takes me. I'm quite sure they would appreciate it. Thank you. I'd be as dead as Rosie Sleet if you two had taken any longer to get me out of there. Sorry we took so long. We were trying our best, I promise. Yeah, we needed you to make our own escape. Be nice, Smith. Okay, so the journal entries are kind of creepy, but doesn't make their actual situation much creepier. Wait, that doesn't say skip anymore. Whoops. Good job, girls. I definitely feel worse for the wear. Same. I feel like crap. I want my hormones and some sugary chemicals. We should probably do something about Rosie Sleet's friends, though. She did ask specifically for us to let them know what happened to her. Or lie to them about what happened to her, more accurately. Oh, jeez, I totally forgot about that. You just read it! That's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of responsibility we have no need to burden ourselves with. We should just leave it. Well, we're already hiding what happened last summer. Let's hide some more shit. Just pile some more stuff onto our already fucked up psyches. I think we should do what Rosie wanted. The truth would be too weird and might hurt people even more than a lie. I agree. They deserve some closure. Some less painful closure. I'll look into it once we get out of here. Fine. But I don't want anything to do with this. What a sad story. Now I really want some sugary chemicals. No one told me our coursework would have a sad subplot. Well, let's get ourselves back to the university. And then we can get organizing our milkshake meetup. You said you wanted to come, right, Nikita? When you were yelling at us to dig you out, I mean. I forgot I said that. I don't want to spend any more time with you two than I have to. Fine by me. Okay, one last thing is I want to get the spell wrong and see what that does. Like, if I couldn't just skip it, I wouldn't bother, but considering I can just skip everything. I'm just gonna reread the ones we already read because I don't feel like reading. But if I had new content, I would feel like I should read it. Yeet. 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 Oh. This was not one of the ones I read already. Oops. We marched to Blue Downs, to the field where the cracked antler clan had fallen. The bodies were long gone. Moss Thistle put on a brave face, but I could tell they knew we would be seeing them again very soon. We felt something around us. Our presence had been sensed. Defensive positions! Yelled DeLeon. The time had come. Were the famously skilled warriors of the Daffodil Clan enough to defeat this terrible evil? The mist closed in around us. While the downs were always misty, these seemed different somehow, unnatural. And the stench. They stunk of decay. Everett and his abominations were upon us. Cacaw! His host of horrors charged from the mist, turning from blurred silhouettes to glistening fleshy fiends in seconds. The swords and spears of the clan met them, and a ferocious battle in amongst the grave markers of the mammal's long-dead ancestors began. It was up to me to flap above the field and give my allies a bird's-eye view of the battle, but poor visibility didn't make this easy. Where I could, I plunged from the sky, my copper-tipped beak extender pointed at the soft eyes of our enemies. Cacaw! Blinded! Blood! But then I saw him. Everett stood atop a fallen stone, watching over the carnage, seemingly sure of his victory. Cacaw! Bree! Skirt! I shouted, the call to arms for DeLeon. The rotten one must have heard me, for with a clench of his fist, some painful force plucked me out of the sky like a hatchling's rag toy. I hit the ground in front of him, dazed and confused. There are none who can save you, little bird, Everett said, his jaw unmoving, half fallen from his face as it was. He raised his cruel weapon, and I feared it was the end, if it were not for a DeLeon. Well, Bree, I'd be toasted bread. Bird toasted bread, that is. His glorious sword, the daffodil petal, cleaved Everett Time Dust's face clean off. With a terrible screech, he swung away from me, giving me time to get my bearings and fly into the air to recover a caw. The horrific, near-faceless figure lashed out wildly at Deloigne, striking him in the chest with the rotten spear. Deloigne crumpled to the floor in pain, and the villain fled. It seemed he now realized the danger he was in, for I had spent some time enchanting the daffodil petal. Everett's strength was dragged into it and trapped, leaving him weak. Sadly, or perhaps for the best, the sheer power that had coursed into the blade had been its end. It had shattered into dust. That sounds pretty scary. How many more was I allowed to read? I don't know why I clicked that one, because I'm pretty sure Oh, yeah. Also the Wise Raven. There. Did that work? It still feels like it's getting colder. I think you're right. That didn't seem to work. I'll try again. I think it's too late to try again! What? He's here! Oh shit. Nikita, hide! Hey! Hey, fuck off! Put that dictionary down right now, you fucking skinflake! You fucking heard me! Don't give me that look! Do you know what happened to the last person who fucked with one of my books? She's gonna kill him, isn't she? She's just gonna bitch him out. Okay, I guess we're fucking on then, huh? Nikita? Yeah, eat my boot, you fucking dipshit! Fuck you! Go fuck yourself, you skeleton-looking piece of shit! Get fucked! She's gonna kick his ass. Everyone survives no matter what, because this deer is about to kick his ass. Oh my god. Nikita, what the fuck is going on in there? I think I just beat the immortal warlock to death with my bare hands and bare teeth. Oh, gross. I probably have so many diseases now. Blah. This must be what it's like being Trixie. Hey, I'm not diseased. Nikita, what? You beat Everett to death? It looks that way. Yes. I mean, there was some kicking too, and scratching. I only fight dirty. Holy shit. I never thought I'd say this, but you're fucking awesome, Nikita. You think so? You beat the shit out of an evil warlock. That's pretty impressive. Especially since he has the whole immortality thing. Heh, I'm glad you finally admit it, Smith. Nikita's lucky Deloigne's sword has sapped Everett's power. I guess he never really recovered. Who knows what could have happened if he had. Fuck off! You don't know that. He might have gotten his powers back. You can't prove I didn't slay an immortal warlock. No, I suppose I can't. Regardless, it was very impressive. I know I wasn't too supportive of your violence the other night, Nikita, but I think you earned the smug look you have going on right now. What makes you think I look smug? You can't even see me. We can tell. Okay, you two, let's focus on getting Nikita out of there so we can get the door open. Then we could talk about how fucking cool that was when we're nice and safe. Oh. I actually really like that idea. That makes sense. It wasn't him. It was his new minion. And that's why it was so easy, because they were already half dead. We sure can. Or that was just, oh, that was just them trying to escape and she, oh. Huh, we didn't all die. Thanks to Nikita. What actually happened in there? I didn't see a body or anything. He crumbled to dust when I landed my final roundhouse kick. The fucking loser didn't even know how to die properly. Well, they say dust was the final element back in those times. What we all become in the end. Perhaps now he can find peace. The only peace that Clint's going to find is a piece of my foot lodged between his fucking ribs. Damn, Nikita! Damn! Jeez, are you okay, Nikita? Have you got, like, bloodlust or something? I know what you're like with violence. I'm actually kind of scared of arguing with you now. You should be. Though, how do you feel about a truce? A truce? As in, we stop arguing. Just for a little. Just to see what it's like. Are you feeling okay, Nikita? Did you hit your head or something? Did he hit my head? When he was up against my onslaught, he couldn't even land a breath on me. Though that might be because he didn't seem to have lungs anymore. You didn't answer Trixie's question. I'm fine. I just feel different. Like I don't need to prove that I'm better than you two anymore. I can just be myself. Aww. Aw, that's sweet. We went through a lot together. I'm glad you finally feel comfortable letting your guard down around us. We have a bond now. What? I meant because I just proved pretty conclusively that I'm better than you both. The competition is over. I have crowned myself champion in the arena of greatness. Oh. I mean, I can't argue with that. Though, if it wasn't for me, you'd still be running around looking like you've been dragged through a bush threatening me with a pair of crazy scissors. Which, by the way, you never gave back. I suppose that's true. Thank you, Smith. I'm not even going to ask what that was about. So, I can't believe I'm asking this. What's up, Nikita? Is that group date offer still open? I suppose you saved our lives. I guess you earned it. Yay, that sounds fun. Shut the fuck up. I'm glad you're still you, Nikita. And me. Come on, girls, let's get home. So if you just fail to do anything productive at all, Nikita just kicks the guy's ass and we all leave. Well, that's at least 3 endings anyways. We successfully banish him, get her out. We get her out, but he's still around, hypothetically. Or we basically just do nothing. And he gets his ass kicked by a deer. I don't love that Trixie's just blushing here. But yeah, I liked the middle one better. The middle one felt like there was an actual, like, threat to it. Oh, and I guess if you dig her out, you get all the notebook, but whatever. But yeah, that seemed... Yeah, I like the middle one better. I think there's one more of this. I think there's like a holiday special one too, but I don't know anything about it, so I'm probably just not gonna bother streaming it, even if I do get it. But yeah, guess that's it for today. Because I don't think there's any other like endings I want to try and speed through to see what they are. I did anything that I think would get you a different ending. So it's been fun, and as per usual, I'm very glad that y'all came. I'm gonna go work on packing or whatever, and yeah, the second one definitely seemed better. Like there was nothing visually scary about this one. I bought these so long ago, I wonder if this one was cheaper because it's so much shorter. But like there was nothing visually to like actually stimulate the imagination that there was a threat. Like there was a lot of creepy things you could see happening in the second one, but not this one. And yeah, the threat was kind of there, but like I said before, it didn't even wake her up the first time. But yeah. Oh, I'm so glad I finally played through it. I just know that I like the second one better now, and I have other routes to do for the second one because there's still yeah, exactly. Like some of the stuff you read was creepy, like the idea of him getting his face chopped off was like, "Oh my god." But we don't really hear about him doing anything either. Like you kind of see in passing, oh yeah, and he fucked over a couple of villages, I guess. But like, he didn't really do anything to establish him being a threat, really. The creepiest thing about it was someone else cutting his face off. But yeah, like I said, on my own time, eventually, excuse me, like not on stream, but I might go through the other routes on the second one again someday. Just because, you know, there's at least, because we went with the hyena, but we could have went with the cow or the sugar glider, I think he was, too. Oh my god, I'm looking at the itch.io page for these. Just because I was kind of curious about like price differences or whatever. The second game. You purchased this for $6 1 year ago. And this one, you purchased this for $4 1 year ago. I'm like, wow, have I really been sitting on these games that long? I mean, to be fair, life has been hard in that year for me, so that's not very surprising, but yeah, finally got to play these, which was cool. You know what? Actually, maybe I'll do the other testimony routes in the Discord if I'm feeling up to it someday. Like, I won't bother with a full stream, but like maybe in the Discord. I don't know. Anyways, like I said, I got stuff to do, so this wrapping up fairly quickly isn't the worst thing in the world. I actually took about what it says, which is hilarious, because usually I make games take significantly longer than they should, but this one said 2 to 3 hours, and I took exactly 3 hours, even with screwing around with different endings, so... Anyways, for real this time, I'm gonna head out, because I have a mess of crap on my bed, because I like to make messes to pack or whatever. This time, I'm a doofus. That sounds cool. I'd like to see him. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if it would be anytime soon because I'm kind of busy, but I don't know. Again, weird headspace lately. So there's a lot of factors, but the fact that you're interested will probably be a good motivator for me to actually do it, so... Yeah. I will see y'all later. Thank you for coming, and have a good night, or I think in Chris's case, morning at this point. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. Bye. Lost my mouse for a second.